Hi there, Rick here. Um, just reading my MSN news this morning. Um, the title of this one here is called "Supplements Taken by Millions Linked to Deadly Liver Disease as Victims Share Warning to Others." Okay. Um, this man was taking this. He's from New Jersey. Okay. He was taking this herbal supplement. Okay, and his age is 54 here. Okay. um he his urine, okay, turned black. Okay. And he got really sick. He had to go to the hospital. He thought his liver had failed. Okay. um he was just saying that some of these supplements are kind of dangerous. Okay. um People take a lot of supplements these days. Okay. I even take one supplement for my joints. Okay. Um, so it says here, okay, um, testing revealed he had drug-induced liver injury. Okay, so this supplement injured his liver. Okay. Have to remember the liver is a very important organ. Okay. Um, I know that filters out, a lot of different things in your body. Okay. Um, so it caused damage to his liver. Okay. Because of his excessive turmeric consumption. Okay. So it had a ingredient there called turmeric. Okay. Take too much of that, yeah, it hurts your health. Okay. Because it says here, he was fighting for his life. Okay, in the hospital. Okay. Um, so I was just talking to a friend of mine, Jim. Okay. Just telling him that um, I can see why some people are looking for alternative, health benefits. Okay. Um, I was saying that, a lot of people were turning towards the East. Okay. For uh, ways to improve their health. Okay. Just to give you an example of something like that, acupuncture, for example, right? It comes from the East. Okay, towards China, that area. Um, because here in the West, I know that uh, they just seem to have a pill for everything. Okay. And sometimes some people, yeah, they're taking like 12 to 24 different types of pills, for their body. I know that there's a lot of other people too. They're looking for some more natural remedies, to improve their health. Okay. Um, just to give you another example. Okay. There's a lot of benefits from eating uh, figs. Okay. And I have a customer. Okay. He's already bought about 150 figs from me. Yeah. And what? About a 2 week period. Okay. So when I was talking to his wife, okay, um, she was saying that she has an iron deficiency. Okay. So, I think she's, taking it to, try to use it to help her heal her health. Okay. Because uh, figs is high in calcium and high in potassium. Out of all the fruits, it's has the highest mineral content. Okay. Um, and it looks like a very interesting fruit too. Um, it's kind of purple inside, right? Like almost like a bright purple. Okay. It's very it's sweet too. It's very tasty. Um, So I was gonna say that for such a small fruit, yeah, it tastes very rich. Okay. Um, so I think uh, say that Dennis was, her husband, and first time he came, okay, to my place, he bought 70 figs. The second time he bought 80, okay. I gave him, six extra the second time too, because he's buying so much. He seems like, um, no matter how much um, I can harvest, okay, he's willing to buy them. It just seems like, yeah, he wants to, buy it for throughout the entire summer. Okay. You have to remember too, after the summer is over, I'm not going to be getting any more figs either. Okay. I remember one summer I got about 600 figs. Okay. Um, I did have a problem with rats one summer. The rats were eating about 15 figs a night. Yeah, that many. So, I didn't get that many figs that summer. Um, so, if you're eating, okay, foods that are good for your health, in my opinion, I just feel that, that's more of a natural method, okay, to get your minerals, to get your vitamins, right? Compared to, eating pills, for example, right? Um, you have to remember, okay, these pills were made in laboratories, right? Um, not to say that, there's anything bad about the laboratories, but, wouldn't you want to take something that's more natural, um, to get your vitamins um, and your nutrients, right? Um, just get it from the fruit, right? In my opinion, I feel it's just, better that way, right? You can take some supplements, right? But, if you're able to take the certain fruits that are good for your health, right? Take the fruits, right? I know that there's some people that, um, yeah, they pay a lot of money, okay, uh, for foods that are good for their health, okay. Some people buy, only uh, organic foods. Okay, I see at the supermarket. Yeah, the organic foods are more expensive. Um, I was gonna say maybe as much as 30% more. Okay, that's quite high. Okay, um, but organic foods, um, I think they're not using the pesticides on the foods, right? Because I think that there's a lot of people that believe that pesticides are bad for you. You have to remember they're chemicals, right? And they're spraying it on the foods. And I was gonna say sometimes they need to do that because there's certain type of insects that are eating the food, so they spray it with chemicals to keep those insects off of it, right? Sometimes they spray it too to help keep the fruit or vegetable uh, healthy longer, has a longer shelf life, right? Um, because I know too that there's a lot of fruits and vegetables that gets thrown out just because it just gets spoiled along the way to the supermarket, right? Some of the fruits and vegetables just spoil a lot easier. Okay.